Good evening. The Building Block School of Performing Arts is proud to present Vintage Radio today. Tonight we present Don Dixon, the dumbfounded detective in The Baseball Bat Murder, a murder mystery written by local artist and writer Tim Wood. Please sit back and enjoy tonight's presentation of Vintage Radio today.
Detective Don Dixon speaking.
Mr. Dixon, my husband is cheating on me. Can you please help me?
What did you have in mind?
Could you follow him around and find out who he's cheating with?
Ma'am, that would be a domestic investigation. I only do criminal investigations.
If he doesn't stop cheating on me, it will become a criminal investigation.
I'm afraid I couldn't help you with that either. I don't do investigations for clients who I think are guilty of a crime.
What's a girl to do?
I'm not a psychologist, ma'am, just a detective. Perhaps you could find a detective who does domestic work.
But I heard you were the best.
That's flattering, ma'am, but it will get you nowhere.
You know, maybe I could cheat on him.
I don't like where this conversation is going. Good day, ma'am. Miss Argus, have you pulled the Franklin file yet?
Oh, not yet, Mr. Dixon. I haven't had the time.
I told you first thing this morning to do that. Now it's mid-afternoon, and I see that you didn't file the Abernathy papers either. What have you been doing all day?
Oh, I've tried to do work, but it's so boring. I want to, an honest, I just want to do all the, I don't want to do all the the filing and that other stuff.
Miss Argus, you are being paid to do that boring work. I want an honest day work for a day's pay.
Hey, speaking of a day's work, may I have the rest of the afternoon off?
Are you crazy? You haven't done any work today, and you want the rest of the day off. No, Miss Argus, you will stay here and work. Miss Argus, what are you doing? Why are you walking towards me?
Oh, I just want to talk to you, Mr. Dixon.
I can hear you just fine where you were. Hey, haven't I told you not to get in close proximity to me? I can even smell your perfume.
Now, surely, Mr. Dixon, you would reconsider?
Miss Argus, get your hands off of me. Stop rubbing my shoulders.
Just relax, Mr. Dixon. You get so upset over such little things.
Now, Miss Argus, your inappropriate advances will not sway me.
Oh, but it's very important to me that I take the rest of the afternoon off. Bruno would be disappointed.
Who's this Bruno guy?
Oh, he's a new friend. I expect him to arrive at any time. We have a date. We're going to a Mudcats baseball game.
Well, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Who does he think he is? Assuming I'll give you time off.
That must be him.
Well, excuse me, Miss Argus, I'm going to lay down the law to this Bruno character. Now, you listen to me, Mr. Bruno. You can't just waltz in here and expect me to give Miss Argus the rest of the day off. Mr. Bruno, that's a very impressive submachine gun you have there.
It's a Thompson.
Yes, I see, Mr. Bruno. Say, you're quite a large man. Sure, it makes it easier to handle that Thompson.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you and Miss Argus have a great afternoon. Goodbye, Miss Argus.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dixon. You're the greatest boss a girl could ever have.
Why can't I ever stand up to that girl? She's gonna drive me crazy. Detective Don Dixon speaking.
Donald, is that you?
Yes, Grandma Dixon, it's me.
Would you please pick up some things for me at the store?
Sure, Grandma.
You don't sound so good. What's wrong?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Now, Donald, I know you better than that. Something's bothering you. You can tell Grandma about it.
Well, Miss Argus isn't doing any work, and she left early with some guy who looks like he works for the mob. I'm behind on my work because Miss Argus can't even do filing.
Donald, you're so much like your father. He became upset over all sorts of little things, too.
Let's not bring him up, Grandma. I've got good reason to be worried. If I don't work cases, I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, we don't eat.
Do you have any big cases right now?
No, nothing really. Just a couple of small-time crimes. I'll be lucky if they even pay me.
Don't worry, Donald. Everything will be all right.
By the way, what do you want me to pick up at the store?
Store? Why would you think I want you to pick up something at the store?
That's why you called, isn't it?
Oh, no, I don't need anything. I just wanted to check on you.
Grandma, I come home every night. You could have waited until then.
I sensed that you needed to get something off your mind.
Can't deny a grandmother's instincts. Goodbye, Grandma.
Be safe, Donald.
Only she wouldn't worry so. You know, she might be right about being tired. A short nap on the couch might be just what I need.
Yeah! Whoa, Bruno, look at how far he hit that ball. Why, it went over the fence.
It's a home run.
What's a home run?
He hit it so far that nobody can catch it. He gets to run around the bases and score a run.
He looks so athletic.
His name is Matarsky. He's good.
How good?
He might make the majors this year.
Well, is that like a promotion?
The major leagues have the best players.
Ooh, I'd love to meet him.
I'll take you to the clubhouse after the game.
Oh, that's so neat. Do you know all the players?
I know most of them, the manager too.
How did you meet them?
I do business with them.
Oh, Bruno, you must be very important.
I keep a low profile.
It must be difficult because you're so big. You always carry that machine gun with you.
People know better than to mess with me.
Can I mess with you, Bruno?
Cool it. Save it for later.
You know I will.
Hey, the game is over. Let's go.
Well, who won?
The other team.
Well, aren't the Mudcats very good?
They lose a lot of games.
Even with that hunk Matarsky hitting home runs?
It takes more than one player. Let's go.
Are we going to the clubhouse?
That's what I said.
What happened? Just a bad day, that's all I gotta say. Whoa, look at all the players there.
What do you want, Bruno?
Got to talk to Graves, Sparky.
You mean Joe Graves, the manager?
Is there another Graves?
No, there isn't. I'll take you there. Ma'am, you'll need to stay here until I get back.
Wait a minute, Sparky. What do you do with my good bat? I would have had another home run if it had my good bat.
Matarsky, I don't know what happened to your stupid bat. Harold Simmons didn't care what bat he used. He could hit with any bat.
Who's Harold Simmons?
A Major League All-Star who used to play for the Mudcats. Hey, Matarsky, leave Sparky alone. I got business here.
You're darn right. I'll leave him alone. He ain't worth my trouble.
Oh, you're Mike Matarsky. You hit that big home run.
Sorry, lady. I ain't got time to talk.
Be nice, Matarsky.
Okay. Sorry, miss. You want an autograph or something? Here, let me sign your scorecard.
Oh, thank you. That is so neat.
Let's go see Graves, Mr. Bruno.
Oh, hi. I haven't seen you here before. What's your name?
Oh, Brenda August. I'm here with Bruno.
I'm Wendy Solomon. What do you think of the guys?
Oh, that Matarsky guy. He's a hunk. But he must not like Sparky at all.
Oh, Sparky gets on everybody's nerves. He's the clubhouse man. He does all of the dirty work, like washing the uniforms and shining the shoes.
Well, that can't be much fun.
He's been the clubhouse man for so long as there has been a Mudcats baseball team. He knows everything that goes on around here.
Oh, does much go on around here?
You wouldn't believe what goes on around here.
Do you know much about what goes on around here?
I've dated several of the players. They talk.
Hey, well, that's a nice leather satchel you're carrying. Are you a working woman?
I've got some business with the manager.
Well, you must be very busy. That bag looks like it's bursting at the seams. Is that $100 bill sticking out?
Oh, I'm very busy. That money belongs to someone else.
Hey, Wendy, who's your new friend?
Who you going out with tonight, Wendy?
Wendy, you're looking awful nice tonight.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. I'm not going out with anybody tonight. I'm here on business. Just business.
So what is your business?
Oh, it's confidential.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Oh, look, Bruno's coming back. Who's that with him?
That's Joe Graves, the manager of the team. He's like the top coach.
Look, Bruno, I'll make it up to you. I really will. You can count on me.
You got until tomorrow, Graves.
Why, yes, sir, Mr. Bruno. I'll have it for you tomorrow.
Oh, Joe, I need to see you.
Well, come back to my office, Miss Solomon.
Oh, look, Mr. Graves dropped something. I'll pick it up. Oh, Mr. Graves. Mr. Graves, you dropped something, Mr. Graves.
He ain't paying no attention to you. Let's go.
Oh, bye, Wendy. It was nice to meet you.
Stay away from her.
Why, Bruno? She seems nice.
She's not. Let's go to my car. Hurry.
Oh, Bruno. Why is there a police officer in the clubhouse?
That's Jaworski. He moonlights here as security. He and Graves are friends. Come on.
Hey, Bruno, what's up?
Get lost, Jackson. Go do something about that sorry team of yours.
Aw, come on, Bruno. Don't be such a grump.
The team's losing. Your boyfriend there is the general manager. He ought to fix it. Gotta go, Miss Wiles.
Now, Bruno, you can talk nicely to my lovely lady Whitney here, can't you?
Well, I think Bruno's in a hurry.
Do I know you?
Oh, well, this is my first time here. I'm Brenda August, a friend of Bruno's.
I'm Whitney Wilds. You might say I'm a friend of Jefferson's.
Well, I'm sorry if I offended you.
You didn't offend anyone.
I don't want to make him mad. That's a big gun he carries.
Why does he carry such a big gun?
Probably because he can.
Well, Jefferson, I've got to go. Got a big day ahead of me tomorrow.
Oh, the life of the working girl. Someday you should let me take you away from all of that.
Hey, Wendy, what's up?
Oh, nothing, Mike. I mean, Mr. Matarsky.
You're looking sharp tonight. Jefferson Jackson is a lucky guy.
Oh, I'm a lucky girl.
Watch it, Matarsky. If you want to make it to the major leagues, don't make me mad.
What's wrong with giving a girl a compliment? You got nothing to worry about, Mr. Jackson.
That's Mr. Jackson to you, Matarsky.
Gotcha. Skedaddle, Wendy. Miss Wiles.
Let's go, kid.
Oh, Bruno, what was that all about?
Matarsky likes Wendy Wiles.
But isn't Mr. Jackson her boyfriend?
Yeah.
Well, it looked to me like Matarsky was flirting with her. Well, she even winked at him.
Something's going on.
Why is Matarsky flirting with Mr. Jackson's girlfriend?
Because Matarsky is stupid. Come on, the car is right outside this door.
Where are we going, Bruno?
You'll see.
Oh, Bruno, why are you driving so fast? I'm scared.
Take it easy, babe. I'm tailing that car up there.
But why? Who is it?
Can't tell you, babe.
Well, it looks like they're headed for Central Park.
No need to tail them anymore. Let's go park somewhere.
Oh, Bruno, this is so romantic. We're here in Central Park. Oh, I see the moon through the tree branches.
Gotta go.
Do you mean we're leaving the park?
No, I'll be gone for a few minutes.
But why? Did I make you mad?
No, babe, just gotta do something. Stay quiet.
Sure, Bruno. But I'm scared.
Lock the doors. There's a gun in the glove compartment.
Oh, yes, Bruno. Hurry back. Oh, I don't like this at all. It's not very romantic now. Well, it's been 20 minutes already. I hope Bruno is back soon.
We gotta go.
Oh, Bruno, is something wrong?
Not with you. Just gotta go.
Oh, what did you just throw in the trunk?
Can't tell you, babe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what happened? I must have dozed off. I've missed too much sleep lately. Detective Don Dixon speaking.
Don, this is Jefferson Jackson. I've got a problem.
What's going on?
There's been a murder.
Yeah, that happens a lot around here.
This is no ordinary murder. A woman was bludgeoned to death in Central Park. A bloody baseball bat with Mike Matarsky's name on it was found at the crime scene.
So the police think it was the murder weapon.
It's looking that way. I need you to prove Matarsky didn't do it.
So why do police think it was Matarsky? Plenty of people have access to Matarsky's bats.
It's got Matarsky's name engraved on it. It's one of his personal bats.
That still doesn't prove anything.
The police think it does. They want to talk to Matarsky.
I doubt they can prove he did it. Have you got a good lawyer?
Titus Bartholomew Matthews.
Isn't he kind of crazy?
Yes, but he's one of the best.
Okay, where's the crime scene?
Middle of Central Park.
I'll check it out tonight.
Thanks, Don.
Hey, Lieutenant Jaworski, what's the deal? You look like you've been roughed up.
I had to catch a crook earlier. Yeah, he fell back. No big deal.
So what's going on here?
I got a woman bludgeoned to death with a blunt object. Her name's Wendy Solomon. We found a Mudcats baseball bat with blood on it. Mike Matarsky's name was engraved on it.
So you're thinking Matarsky did it?
Oh, it looks obvious, doesn't it? We're going to bring him in for questioning.
You've got no evidence linking him to the crime scene, do you?
Well, no.
Can you prove he was the only person with access to his personalized bats?
Well, no.
Looks like you got a shaky case. So why do you want to talk to him?
If we can get him in, I think we can make him talk.
Are you going to use some strong arm interrogation tactics?
I'm not saying if he's forthcoming, there's no reason to do any of that.
It ought to be illegal. I think he should have a lawyer present.
We don't have to let him have a lawyer. We don't have to do anything.
There ought to be a law. Well, Lieutenant, don't focus so much on Matarsky that you overlook evidence that someone else did it.
We know how to do our job, Detective Dixon.
So do I. I've got to check out this crime scene. Hey, officer, can I look at that bat? Don't touch it, just look. I know, officer, I'm a private detective. Can't take any chances, you know. I heard you're not the sharpest, driest knife in the drawer. That's what the competition says. They're just jealous. Look at this number 4 on the knob. That's Ashwood. Looks nice. There's Matarsky's name engraved on the bat. Lots of blood. That's nasty. We're gonna dust it for prints. You won't find anything. This was a pro job. They wore gloves. Why do you think it's a pro job? Because they wore gloves? But how do you know they wore gloves? We haven't dusted it for prints yet. Because a pro did it. Detective Dixon, have you had much sleep lately? As a matter of fact, I haven't. I think I'll go home. Good night, officer. Oh, yeah, good night, Detective Dixon. Oh, that smells great, Grandma.
It's your favorite scrambled eggs, Donald. So why were you out so late last night? Were you out with that Lisa Luna girl?
Now, Grandma, stop pestering me about Lisa Luna. She's a nice girl, I know, but I'm just too busy with my detective practice.
Will you ever not be busy with your detective practice?
When I get it built up, get some good clients, I'll have more time.
Donald, you've been saying that for years. You're still scrambling for clients.
Well, I may have a big one now.
What?
I've been hired to investigate a homicide.
You've done that before.
Now, this is a high-profile homicide. A woman was bludgeoned to death with a baseball bat. The name of a member of the Metro City Mudcats baseball team was engraved on the bat.
So why did they hire you?
Grandma!
Oh, I'm sorry, Donald. I know you're a good detective. You just haven't had that much luck. There are a lot of detectives who have better reputations. If this is a big case, you would think they would hire one of them.
Well, Grandma, maybe word is getting out about me.
Oh, you'll be fine, Donald, as long as you don't screw up this one.
What?
I'm sorry, Donald, that just slipped out.
I think I need to go to work now. Good day, Grandma.
Oh, Mr. Dixon, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so scared.
Miss Argus, what's wrong? This isn't another excuse not to do your work, is it?
Oh, Mr. Dixon, don't be so cruel. Well, something bad has really happened.
Calm down, Miss Angus. Just the facts.
Okay, I was in the park, and I was scared. Oh, after the baseball game, Bruno took me to Central Park. Bruno left me alone in the car for about 20 minutes. When he came back, he threw something in the trunk and we left in a hurry.
Did he say anything about what he was doing?
No, he didn't. And then I found out about that horrible murder in Central Park. I met Wendy Solomon at the baseball game. It was so awful that she was killed. It happened close to where we were parked. Do you think Bruno did it?
There's not enough evidence to arrest him, much less charge him. But he would be a person of interest.
Oh, what's a person of interest?
Someone who might have information about a crime. Police keep an eye on them. Sometimes they question them.
Do you think the police will question Bruno?
Not if they don't know he was there.
Well, shouldn't we tell the police?
Not yet. I don't think Bruno would be very happy with me if I did that. He's big. Carries a submachine gun, you know.
You mean you don't have the courage to report him?
It's not a matter of courage, it's a matter of strategy. This information will help my investigation if the police don't know about it.
Why, Mr. Dixon?
Just call it a detective's instincts, Miss Angus.
Oh, Mr. Dixon, I picked up this piece of paper at the baseball park last night. It fell out of Mr. Graves' pocket.
You mean Joe Graves, the Mudcats manager?
Yeah, I tried to give it to him, but he ignored me.
Some kind of receipt. I'll look at it later.
Okay, Mr. Dixon, I'm gonna work really hard today.
What brought that on, Miss Argus?
Maybe if I work really hard, it'll help you prove Bruno didn't kill that woman.
That's good of you, Miss Argus, but I'm not working for Bruno. I'm working for Jefferson Jackson, the general manager of the Mudcats. He wants me to prove that Mike Matarsky didn't kill that woman.
Do the police think he did it?
Detective Jaworski seems to have made up his mind that Matarsky did it.
How can you prove he didn't do it?
Well, one way is to show he had an alibi.
What's an alibi?
Now, Miss Argus, you've worked here long enough to know what an alibi is.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. That's when someone can prove they were somewhere when the crime happened.
Yep. It may be as simple as talking to Matarsky and getting his alibi. Then I've got to do some detective work to make sure he's telling the truth.
You mean you don't think he's telling the truth?
In the detective business, if your mother says she loves you, you gotta check it out.
Well, that seems silly.
Miss Argus, if you work harder at your job, you'll learn a lot about why we detectives do what we do.
Why would I want to learn about detective work?
That's a good question, Miss Argus. Maybe it's best that you don't know too much about it, but that doesn't excuse you from working.
Oh, yes, Mr. Dixon. I'll get to work on those files right away.
You do that, Miss Argus. I'll be in my office.
Operator, may I help you?
Get me Madison 6493.
Not so fast. Say please.
What? Just connect me, would you?
Say please.
All right. Okay, already. Please.
Connecting you now.
Hello, what do you want?
Mr. Matarsky, this is Detective Don Dixon. Jefferson Jackson hired me to prove you didn't kill Wendy Solomon.
You don't need to prove nothing. I didn't kill her.
The police think you did. They're going to question you about it. It could be rough.
Ain't no cop gonna rough me up. All of Metro City loves me. I'm the Mudcat star player.
I wouldn't be so sure of that, Mr. Matarsky. You need to give me an alibi. What were you doing at the time of the murder last night?
I ain't saying.
It would look very suspicious to the police if you don't tell them where you were when the murder happened. Why won't you tell me where you were?
It ain't none of your business. I could have problems if I told anybody.
If you don't tell me or the police where you were, you'll have very serious problems. A first-degree murder charge.
I'll take my chances. Go earn your money, detective. Find some other way to prove I didn't do it.
So you're telling me you didn't do it?
Yep.
So why was one of your bats found at the scene?
I don't know. One of my bats was missing. My favorite bat. That stupid clubhouse man must have lost it. Or maybe somebody stole it. A lot of people go through the clubhouse.
Do you think somebody could have framed you?
You mean make it look like I killed Wendy Solomon by putting my bat there?
That's right. Got any enemies on the team?
I get along okay with most people. I don't like that clubhouse guy Sparky, though. He don't do a very good job, and he gets on my nerves.
Anyone else got a beef with you?
Graves, the manager, is on my case. He says I'm hurting the team because I'm trying too hard to hit home runs.
Do you know that Bruno fellow?
Yeah, a little bit. He's kind of scary, but I got no problems with him.
That should be all for now, Mr. Matarsky. Now, don't give the police any incriminating statements.
What's incriminating me?
Something that would give them a reason to think you're guilty.
I ain't gonna say nothing like that because I ain't guilty.
Remember, Mr. Matarsky, it's not what you say, but what the police and the courts believe.
I ain't dumb, Mr. Dixon.
Use your head, Mr. Matarsky. I'll be in touch.
This is Mike McCarsky. Give me Boston 4739.
You mean you're that dreamboat who plays for the Metro City Mudslide?
Yep.
Mudcats? Oh, this is so thrilling. Hit a home run for me, Matarsky. Connecting you now. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Whitney, it's Mike. How you doing, babe?
I guess I'm okay. I'm still messed up about Wendy Solomon getting killed. Somebody used one of your bats to kill her.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
So why are you calling, handsome?
Don't tell anybody where you were after the game.
Why, Mike? I was just out on a date with you.
Yeah, and if Jefferson Jackson finds out, my hope of making it to the big leagues is gone.
But if I don't tell anybody, they could charge you with murder.
We're gonna hope there's another way to prove I didn't do it. Jackson hired some cheap detective to investigate it.
What do you mean by cheap detective?
Jackson is a tightwad. He hired this Don Dixon guy because he works cheap.
Why does he work cheap?
Probably because he ain't no good.
Well, Mike, my lips are sealed.
Thanks, baby. See you tomorrow night.
Bye, lover.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for Mr. Sparky Mitchell.
That's me. What do you want?
I'm Detective Don Dixon. I'm investigating the murder of Wendy Solomon. Can I look around?
Anything in particular you want to see?
Matarsky's bats?
Police came and took all of them for their investigation.
So what's Matarsky going to use in the game tonight?
I found something for him.
Hey, Sparky, what the hell happened to my bats?
Police came and got them. I put a couple bats in your locker.
I can't hit with those bats. I use a 33-ounce bat. You put a couple of 34s in my locker.
It's all I got. If you don't like them, borrow one from one of your teammates.
I can't borrow a bat. I'm the only guy who uses 33s. You must have found the worst bats anywhere and gave them to me. A 34 is too heavy for me.
Matarsky, maybe it'll slow down your bat. Maybe you'll settle for a few more singles instead of trying to hit every pitch over the fence and striking out.
You may be the manager, Graves, but I ain't gonna make the major leagues hitting singles. Besides, I hit home runs because I'm strong, not because I'm always going for the long ball.
So, how long will it take you to get replacement bats if the police don't give yours back to you?
That's the problem. They're custom-made bats made out of maple with my name engraved on them. It usually takes a couple of weeks to get them. They're going to be scouts all over this place the next 2 weeks. I don't want them to see me try to hit with those stupid 34-ounce bats.
Well, suck it up, Matarsky. If you can hit, you can hit. The best players can hit with a broomstick.
Excuse me, Mr. Matarsky. Are you sure you're not being superstitious about your bats?
All I know is that those custom-made bats work great for me, especially the one that Sparky here lost.
Now don't blame me for losing that bat. Lots of people go through here. Maybe you should try actually locking your locker when you're not here.
Maybe somebody stole my bat and used it to frame me for that woman's murder. I ain't the most popular guy. I do things my way. I don't put up with any crap. But I don't know why anyone would want to frame me for murder.
So, where were you when that woman was killed?
None of your business.
That doesn't look good, Matarsky. What do you got to hide?
I ain't got nothing to hide. Hey, where were you last night, Sparky?
Are you crazy? Do you think I did it? You're just trying to get attention away from you.
Well, what were you doing?
I was here late washing uniforms, shining shoes, and all of that other work I have to do so you prima donnas can look all nice and pretty.
Well, you must not have stayed late last night, 'cause my shoes look terrible. What's the matter? Run out of shoe shine polish?
Hey, Buster, shut your trap. I don't work my butt off so hot shots like you can mouth off to me. Why, someone ought to take a baseball bat to your brain. It might fix it.
Hey, them's fighting words, Mitchell. You're not gonna get away with that.
Hey, you guys. This is no time for fighting. We got a big game today. Matarsky, go take batting practice. Get used to that bat.
All right, boss. Get lost, Sparky.
No love lost between those two, eh?
Well, Matarsky can be a real jerk.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell, got time to answer a few questions?
Sure, I ain't got nothing to hide. Not like some people I know. Come on back to my office. Have a seat, Detective Dixon.
Thank you. Say, what is all this stuff? You an artist? Those fountain pens and brushes, and what's this metal thing here?
Tools of the trade, Detective Dixon. One of my many jobs is to decorate special balls and bats. If a player gets his first hit for the Mudcats, we save the ball and I use the pens and brushes to write the details on the ball. I use that metal thing, as you call it, to engrave stuff on bats. It burns the wood.
So did you engrave Matarsky's name on his bats?
Nah, the factory does that. Matarsky's weird about his bats. He gets them made out of maple. They're 33-ounce bats. Everybody else uses ash bats. He thinks maple bats hit better. They break more often, though.
So why don't you and Matarsky get along?
He thinks he's so great. He's come up through the minor leagues fast and thinks he should be in the majors already. He's got a lot to learn. Pitchers at this level can take advantage of his hitting problems.
What are his hitting problems?
He sits on the fastball. He won't touch a curveball or a changeup. If a pitcher can get his curveball in the strike zone, Matarsky is in big trouble. He won't be able to lay off the curveball because the umpire will call it a strike.
So he's not going to be a good player?
I've seen a lot like him over the years. It's up to him. If he can check his ego at the door and do some serious work, he can learn to hit the curve. At this level, a lot of pitchers can throw curves for strikes. If he gets to the majors, it'll be even worse.
I think I understand all of that. So you say you were here last night washing uniforms and doing other stuff. Can you prove that?
Why should I have to prove anything? I didn't kill that woman. Nobody's got any proof that I was even there.
I understand Matarsky's favorite bat is missing. Any idea where it went?
I can't watch everything here all of the time. Lots of stuff gets stolen. Some of these guys, like Matarsky, are too lazy to even put locks on their lockers. What are you getting at?
Well, somebody stole Matarsky's bat, killed Wendy Solomon, and left a bloody bat at the crime scene to frame Matarsky.
That's kind of far-fetched, don't you think? I mean, I bet Matarsky's got an alibi.
Why do you think he has an alibi?
Well, I kind of know all of the comings and goings of everybody around here. I have a pretty good idea of where he was.
Can you tell me?
If I told you, Matarsky would be in trouble. As much as I hate Matarsky, I ain't gonna snitch on him. What I will tell you is that he was not at Central Park on the night that Wendy Solomon was murdered.
Well, I guess my job now is to figure out where Matarsky was that night, without any help from him or from you. But let me warn you, Mr. Mitchell, if you're hiding something, you better tell me. It's always best to be forthright.
How long you been in Metro City, Detective?
About 20 years. I moved here when I was a kid.
You should know that being truthful and forthright means nothing in Metro City. Maybe that's why you're not one of them big-time detectives who make lots of money. Honesty doesn't pay.
I'd like to think it does, at least in the long run. Good day, Mr. Mitchell.
Be careful, Dixon.
Peanut, popcorn, ice cold beer. Well, it was nice of you to take me to the Mudcats game, Mr. Dixon. I didn't know you were a baseball fan.
I played a little baseball, but I'm here on business, not for pleasure. I need evidence to clear Matarsky of that murder.
Strike three, you're out!
Well, Mr. Dixon, why are they booing Matarsky?
It's the third time he struck out tonight.
Oh, is that bad?
How can I explain this? If the pitcher throws the ball close to the batter, he's supposed to swing at it. If it's close and he doesn't swing, it's a strike. If he swings and misses, it's a strike. If he gets 3 strikes, he makes an out, and he has to go back to the dugout.
Oh, well, is it bad to get 3 strikes and make an out?
Well, most of the time. Strikeouts are always bad, but sometimes a batter will make an out so another player can score a run. That's called a sacrifice.
Sacrifice? Well, what is the play of sacrifice? Is it painful?
He only sacrifices his chance to get a hit. That's all. Maybe we need to discuss baseball rules later.
Why do you think Matarsky is striking out so many times?
He can't use his special bats. The police took away all of them as evidence in their murder investigation.
Why would they do such a mean thing as that?
Good question, Miss Argus. Maybe they want to compare the bats to the ones they found at the crime scene.
Why would they do that?
Well, to see if the bat they found at the crime scene is just like Matarsky's other bats. He has his bats specially made for him, and they aren't like all the other players' bats.
Do you think the bats will be just like the one at the crime scene?
Of course they will. The bat at the crime scene had Matarsky's name engraved on it.
Oh, so only the bats specially made for Matarsky have his name engraved on them. Well, I guess you couldn't forge a name on a baseball bat. I'm funny.
Now, wait a minute, Miss Argus. You might be onto something. The clubhouse man has a tool that he uses to engrave bats.
Is having his name on the bat the only way Matarsky's bats are different than the other bats?
Well, let me think about that. Let me see what I wrote down in my notebook. Bat made of ash, number 4 on the knob. Hey, wait a minute. Mitchell told me Matarsky's bats are made of maple and were 33-ounce bats. It should add a 3 on the knob. Miss Argus, you're brilliant.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Dixon. You're the first person ever who's ever told me that I'm smart.
I can believe that.
Mr. Dixon, when I was at the clubhouse the other night, Matarsky complained about not having his favorite bat.
All of his bats are exactly alike. He must be superstitious.
What does superstitious mean?
To believe something without any good reason to believe it. Matarsky thought his lucky bat helped him get more hits, even though it was just like all of his other bats.
So, did the police take his lucky bat?
Not unless it turned up today in his locker before they took all of his bats.
Oh, I wonder where it is. I bet he sure could use it right now.
Miss Argus, you are asking some very good questions. Maybe some of my detective skills have rubbed off on you.
Oh, Mr. Dixon, everybody thinks I'm dumb because I ask a lot of questions.
Take heart, Miss Argus. If nobody asked questions, we would never have any answers.
What does that mean, Mr. Dixon? If we didn't have questions, we wouldn't have answers.
Sure. Maybe you're right. It's all kind of confusing. Just keep asking those questions, Miss Argus.
Okay, Mr. Dixon. Why are there police officers in the Mudcats dugout? It looks like they're talking to Matarsky.
What's going on? They're trying to put handcuffs on him. Let's get over there. Hey, Jaworski, what's going on here?
We're taking Matarsky in for questioning.
During a baseball game?
We can do it anytime we want to.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Jaworski. I am Titus Bartholomew Matthews, Mr. Matarsky's attorney. I must object to this miscarriage of justice.
What are you talking about? We have the right to take him in for questioning.
On what grounds?
One of his baseball bats was found at the crime scene with blood all over it.
How can you be sure it was one of Matarsky's bats?
Dixon, are you as dumb as they say you are? It had his name on it.
The bat at the crime scene was an ash bat with a 4 marked on it. Matarsky uses maple bats with a 3 marked on them.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Have you even compared the bats you seized with the one at the crime scene?
No, I guess we haven't gotten around to that yet.
Did you dust the bat for fingerprints?
Yeah, there weren't any on it. Killer must have worn gloves.
That's exactly what I thought at the crime scene.
You are trying to railroad my client.
Maybe Matarsky uses 2 kinds of bats. No way, I only use maple 33-ounce bats. I can't hit with a 34, as you saw today. So how did your name get on that bat?
You can engrave a name on a bat if you have the right kind of equipment.
So who got that kind of equipment?
Sparky Mitchell, he can engrave bats.
Well, then we need to have a talk with this Mitchell guy. Matarsky, don't go anywhere. Hey, are you Sparky Mitchell?
Yeah, that's me. What do you want?
We got some questions for you. That bat at the Solomon crime scene wasn't one of Matarsky's bats, but it had his name engraved on it. Did you engrave Matarsky's name on that bat?
I engrave a lot of bats. What kind of bat was it?
A 34-ounce ash bat.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. It was a souvenir bat. Graves asked me to do it.
So you gave it to Graves?
I left it outside of his office.
And when was that?
I put it there before the game on the night Wendy Solomon was murdered.
Hey, somebody go get Graves.
No need to come get me. Why are you messing around with one of my players in the middle of a game?
We're trying to solve a crime here. Did Mitchell engrave a bat for you the night Wendy Solomon was murdered?
I remember asking him, but I never got it.
What do you mean you never got it? I put it outside your office before the game. Your door was locked.
I never saw it.
Someone must have taken it.
And used it to kill Wendy Solomon. Who usually hangs around here before a game, Graves?
Usually just the players. A newspaper reporter, a few friends of the players.
Give me some names, Graves. I got some people to talk to.
I trust that you will leave my client alone for the time being. It's clear there are other people of interest, and I demand that you return his bats. Mr. Dixon has shown that they have no evidentiary value.
Matarsky's bats aren't going anywhere, and neither is he. Don't let him leave town. He could have stolen the bat that Mitchell engraved. He knew we'd compare it with his other bats and let him off the hook.
To be honest, officer, Matarsky ain't that smart.
Hey, you saying I ain't smart?
You ain't figured out that you gotta choke up on the bat to hit a 3-2 curveball.
I can't hit a home run if I choke up. That's too sissy for singles.
Sometimes you gotta be a singles hitter to win the game, Matarsky. The scouts look for stuff like that.
All right, Matarsky, listen to your lawyer. Don't leave town. We ain't done with you. Let's go, guys.
That was so scary. All of those men were arguing with each other. They acted like they were so mad.
We were trying to keep the police from taking Matarsky away. They don't seem too concerned with the evidence. Jaworski is convinced that Matarsky did it.
Does that mean Matarsky will go to jail?
Not if Matarsky's lawyers and I can stop it. Hey, let's get back to our seats. Miss Argus, did you see or hear anything unusual the night you went to the game with Bruno?
We went to the clubhouse after the game. I talked to Wendy Solomon. Oh, it's so sad. She was there to meet with Graves, the manager. Her satchel was busting at the seams. I saw a $100 bill sticking out. She must work hard to have that much money.
Unlike some people I know. Sorry about that. Anything else you see?
Well, Bruno had a meeting with Graves. Graves said something about having something for Bruno the next day. Oh, and that mean policeman was in the clubhouse after the game. Bruno told me he works security part-time and he's a friend of Graves.
And what else?
Some guy named Jefferson was there with a woman.
That must have been Jefferson Jackson, the owner of the team. Was anyone with him?
Just a woman. I think her name was Whitney Wiles. Matarsky flirted with her.
How do you know that?
Well, she winked at him.
This is a tough case. I've got to figure out who killed Wendy Solomon, how they framed Matarsky. Sparky Mitchell doesn't like Matarsky. Graves doesn't like Matarsky, and had some kind of business with Solomon. I bet Jefferson Jackson doesn't like Matarsky flirting with his girlfriend. And Bruno has got to be involved somehow.
Oh, I hope Bruno didn't do it. He seemed so nervous when he came back to the car. He threw something in the trunk and they got in the car and we left.
Threw something in the trunk. Hey, did Bruno have any blood on him?
Why, no. Bruno always wears white suits. I would have seen blood on it. Does that mean he didn't do it?
We can't make assumptions, Miss Argus, but it sure seems like he would have had blood on him somewhere. I bet Bruno knows who did it, though.
Why does that police officer, that Jaworski guy, still think that Matarsky did it?
I wish I knew. He's a good detective. He should know better.
Strike three, you're out!
What happened?
Looks like Matarsky struck out again.
Oh, poor Matarsky. He strikes out so often.
Just hope I don't strike out on this case. Let's go, Miss Argus.
Donald, I must have words with you.
Uh-oh. What's wrong, Grandma?
I was washing your clothes and I went through your pockets. You always leave things in your pockets.
Look, I'm sorry, Grandma. I'll try to do better.
That's not what I'm talking about. I found a betting receipt in your pants.
A betting receipt? But I don't gamble. Wait a minute. It's the receipt that Miss Argus gave me. She said it fell out of Graves' pocket. He's the Mudcats manager.
So he's a gambler.
Yeah. I wonder what he bets on.
What kind of things do men usually bet on?
I wouldn't know much about that, Grandma. I hear, though, men bet on horse races and sports.
There's no horse track around here. So what would Graves be betting on?
Well, the only sport in season is baseball.
You don't suppose he's betting on Mudcat games, do you?
It's against league rules for Graves to gamble on baseball. He could lose his job if the league officials find out.
The Mudcats don't win very many games. Graves must have lost a lot of money, I bet. Baseball managers don't make a lot of money, do they? Do you suppose he's having trouble paying off his gambling debts?
Miss Argus told me Bruno met with him and Graves said he'd have something for him the next day.
What's this Bruno guy like?
He's really big, wears white suits, and carries a submachine gun with him.
He must be some kind of gangster. You don't suppose Bruno's handling Graves' betting and that Graves is behind on paying off his bets? And that's what he said he was going to give Bruno the next day.
That's pretty good thinking, Grandpa. Maybe I got my detective intellect from you.
Don't blame me for it, Donald. Whoops, I'm sorry. That kind of slipped out.
Murder victim, Wendy Solomon, also met with Graves. She was carrying a satchel that was bursting at the seams, according to Miss Argus.
Did Miss Argus see what was in the satchel?
Miss Argus thought it was full of money.
But why would she be carrying a satchel full of money at a baseball game? What business could she have had with Graves?
Well, let's think here. A gangster? A baseball manager who gambles? A mysterious woman with a satchel full of money? What's missing here?
Donald, what usually is the motive for killing somebody?
Let's see. Jealousy, revenge, two-timing someone, politics. Oh, there's something else. Oh yeah, money.
What if someone killed Wendy Solomon for money?
Well, if her satchel was packed with cash, someone might want to take it.
She was going to give Graves this money to pay off Bruno. Maybe it was a loan.
Miss Argus and Bruno were at Central Park around the time of the murder. Miss Argus said Bruno left for about 20 minutes, then came back and threw something in the trunk.
Maybe Bruno got hold of Wendy Solomon's money.
Why would she be in the park?
If Graves was going to give the money to Bruno the next day, he would need to get it before then. Maybe he set up a meeting with Bruno in the park.
But why there? Couldn't he give it to her at the baseball park?
Maybe it would look suspicious.
Yeah, it seems like everybody on the team knows what everyone else is doing. Well, you know what that means.
Graves did it?
We don't have any evidence that he was at the park. Maybe if I confronted him, he'd confess. I wonder if he has an alibi.
Oh, Donald, be careful.
I always am, Grandma.
You again, Dixon. You seem to be around here a lot these days.
You won't be seeing me after today, Sparky. I've solved the murder of Wendy Solomon.
Who do you think did it, Dixon?
I'm not saying anything until I confront the murderer.
Dixon, you say you solved this case?
Yes, Lieutenant Jaworski? You mean I beat you to it?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm so proud of you, Mr. Dixon.
Hey, what's going on here? What are all y'all talking about?
I've solved the Solomon murder case, Graves.
You have? Who did it?
You did, Graves. You met with Wendy Solomon to get a loan to pay off your gambling debts. Then you killed her so you could get the money and not have to pay her back.
No, you got it all wrong. I didn't kill her.
Come on, Graves. I've got you dead to rights.
Graves didn't do it.
What? Why do you say that?
I was there.
Tell us what happened.
Ain't saying. I'm no snitch.
We can take you in for questioning, Mr. Bruno.
You in what army?
I wouldn't argue with Bruno. Who else could it have been? Who would have known about the money? It was in Solomon's satchel.
Anyone who saw her satchel would think it was full of money.
Miss Argus told me that Bruno had no blood on his clothes, so he didn't do it. Matarsky said he had an alibi, and Sparky backed him up on that. Sparky was here working. Who else was in the clubhouse who would have seen the money?
Oh,
No. It couldn't be him, could it?
what are you thinking, Dixon?
Jaworski, you look like you've been roughed up when I saw you at the crime scene. Bruno threw something in the back of his car. That something must have been Wendy Solomon's satchel full of money. Bruno took the money away from you and you fought him.
What you accusing me? Have you gone crazy? Dixon, I'm a cop. I fight for law and order.
You're friends with Graves, right?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with it?
Graves, did you tell Jaworski you were going to meet with Wendy Solomon in the park to get the money?
Yes, I did.
Did Jaworski go with you?
No, but he showed up about the time I was going to meet Wendy.
Did you take that bat engraved with Matarsky's name?
No, I never got it. Someone must have taken it.
And I think that someone was Jaworski. You killed her for the money. You knew Graves would keep silent because you knew about his gambling and could bust him for it if he squealed.
No, this is crazy. I didn't kill Wendy Solomon.
You used that bat with Matarsky's name on it to kill her so you could frame him. You stole it from outside of Graves' office where Sparky had put it.
Bruno did it. That's why he had the money.
You're a liar, Jaworski. I don't like liars.
So how did you know Graves was going to meet Solomon at the park?
I saw the money. I figured it was for Graves. I tailed Solomon to the park.
I believe Bruno. Jaworski, he saw you kill Solomon. Then he took the satchel from you. You fought back. That's why you looked like you were roughed up when I saw you at the crime scene. You didn't have time to change clothes. You must have worn gloves to keep the blood off your hands and not leave fingerprints.
But he didn't get the blood out of his uniform.
What are you talking about, Miss Argus?
There are blood spots on his uniform. It must be the same one he wore the night of the murder.
That's right. I see the blood spots now.
Hey, I cut my hand when I was cutting some meat.
Jaworski, your excuses just get worse and worse. Somebody call the police.
You ain't gonna get me. I'm getting out of here.
No, you're not.
Hey, let go of my arm. You're hurting me. Let go.
I don't think you're going anywhere, Jaworski, except to prison.
Okay, you're right. Graves told me about the meeting. He was really scared. I told him I'd go there to protect him. I stole the bat with Matarsky's name earlier as a souvenir. When I saw the opportunity to get the money, I just went crazy. I used the bat to kill Solomon so people would blame Matarsky.
That might explain why you keep saying that Matarsky was guilty, even though the evidence showed he didn't do it.
I don't know what happened. I just wanted the money. I told Graves to keep quiet. I would bust him for gambling.
Wow, Mr. Dixon, you are pretty smart.
I had a lot of help solving this case, including from you, Miss Argus.
Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Maybe I am really smart.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions, Miss Argus. You still haven't figured out how to file.
Look, there's the police.
Officers, take Lieutenant Jaworski into custody. He just confessed to the murder of Wendy Solomon.
Wow, Dixon, I was afraid you're gonna bust me.
I still could. There's the matter of you betting on Mudcats games.
Oh, I promise I'll never do that again.
I can't speak for the others, but I'll keep quiet as long as you stay on the straight and narrow.
Well, look, it's Jefferson Jackson.
Well, Mr. Jackson, I'd say you owe me some money.
Why?
I proved that Mike Matarsky didn't murder Wendy Solomon. That's what you hired me to do.
Well, I guess so. I don't have much money on me right now. Can I pay you later?
Pay him now. You got the money.
This is none of your business, Mr. Bruno.
I am making it my business. Dixon did good work for you. Pay him.
Well, perhaps I do have a little money on me. Let's see, how about $100?
Not enough. You got more.
Okay, here's another $100.
Keep going.
Are you crazy? That's $200.
You make lots of money off this baseball team.
Why do you say that? We're losing money.
You skim the ticket money.
Oh, well, how about another couple of $100?
That's better.
Well, I think it's time for me to go.
Mr. Dixon, what are you gonna do with all that money?
Make sure that Grandma Dixon and I have food to eat and a roof over our head.
Hey, what's going on here?
We just solved the murder of Wendy Solomon.
Does that mean I get my backs back?
I suppose you should.
When? There are scouts out here tonight. I need those bats.
Don't worry, Matarsky, I've got your favorite bat.
What?
I'm sorry, Matarsky. I got mad at you and I took the bat and hid it. I didn't know that the police would take all of your other bats. When they took the bats, I kept your bat hidden so the police wouldn't take it.
Sparky, if I didn't need that bat so bad, I'd do a number on you.
Hey, guys, let it ride. We got to all work together. We got a game to win today.
I hear their pitcher has a nasty curveball.
I'm ready for him. I got my favorite bag back, and boss, I'm going to try choking up to hit that curveball.
Ah, thanks, Dixon.
You're welcome. All in a day's work.
Tonight's Vintage Radio Today cast includes Don Dixon, played by Curtis Butler. Miss Argo, played by Sherry Johnson. Bruno, played by the writer of tonight's radio play, Tim Wood. Mike Murtarsky, played by Carl Johnson. Joel Graves, played by Tracy Allred. Jefferson Jackson, played by Douglas Brantley. Sam Sparky Mitchell, played by Carl Johnson. Granny Dixon, played by Sue Mann. Titus Bartholomew Matthews, played by Sabrina Norton. Jacob Jaworski, played by Carl Johnson. Whitney Wiles, played by Sabrina Norton. Wendy Solomon, played by Sue Mann. And the Foley table operator by Sherry Johnson, and sound effects by Charlie Mann. Join us again next month for, key player. Join us again next month for another edition of Vintage Radio Today, presented by the Building Block School of Performing Arts.